are listening to the Track Stars with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Go ahead, man. This is all you.
Yeah. Back in the field with the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah, and we're at the point of our show when we talk about our topic. And this one is me inspired about 2 hours ago, because it's something that I think we all need to address. It's like the elephant in the room. It's like, yeah, you know, you're a Christian and everything, but how do you deal with real emotions? How do you deal with anger and things like that? And I'm just here to tell the truth. I don't deal with it too well. But I did today because I had my good partner in Christ, Sean Tanner, with me, and I was not able to react the way I wanted to react. So let me break it down for you. So we were basically at a restaurant today, and we were in the drive-through line, and the person in front of us forgot their money. And so they signaled to me to back up. So I backed up, but then the person behind me didn't see the signal. So as I'm backing up, he started screaming expletives and cuss words at me. And I wanted to be like, okay, let me get out the car, see if he really wants to repeat that. I just watched something yesterday with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he was saying that when a car, Bishop T.D. Jakes, he was saying that when a car went around him, it embarrassed him in front of his kids. And then as the car was passing, they shot a bird at him, and he was like, man, I felt like my manhood had been stripped from me. I felt like, I was angry. I was upset. And that's how I felt today. Like, okay, so this guy just got away with calling me a name, and trying to, make me boil at the temperature that I was at already. And so having Sean sit next to me was the only reason why that guy didn't get a little bit of my personality.
Now the question is this.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to bring that big card in, but was that person a different race?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that was partly of what upset me. I'm just going to be honest. I'll put it out there on the table. There's certain
we starting early this year.
Yeah. There's certain parts of my city where I know not to fool with people who get upset. But there are other parts of my city where I just want to be like, look, I was wearing a wave cap. I wanted you to
You're not helping this, right?
I know. I wanted him to take the perception of the person that I don't fool with me. You see what I'm saying?
Why?
Because I like to make people stutter over their words a little bit. So
it's a mess.
But it brings up a good question as to, I'm the first one to admit that I struggle with road rage, and I struggle with people trying to get over on me and trying to get the best of me. And I don't always approach it from a Christian standpoint. And my question to the audience, my question to you guys is, should we? Is there a little bit of room for our personalities to just be like, yeah, that's that dude that don't take any mess just because? But I mean, come on, Peter was chopping off ears.
That wasn't a good thing.
And that wasn't a good thing, but hey,
he was. And then Jesus had
got
to
the
put
point
somebody's
across.
ears back on. Look at Peter like, the sigh.
So how do you do it? How do you deal with your anger? How do you deal with your frustration?
Road rage?
And not even that. Rage. Not even that. Let me bring up a situation. Being disrespected. Yes.
Oh, that's a good thing, because that happens to me every day I go to work. I'm serious. I kind of keep quiet. I just be like, okay, and you keep it moving.
Oh, you're nice.
No, I mean, because the reason I say that is because, like, you can't. It's no way to. Because, like, when you work in customer service and you are talking to people, and you know what I'm saying, and people go report you even if they're wrong out the blue. Mm-hmm. Like, if they could just lie on you. Like, say, prime example, if you did work somewhere and it was like you did something, or somebody came in with a nasty attitude and you were just like saying like, okay sir, or whatever, but it wasn't like okay sir, you was like, okay sir, like they'd be like, yo, he was very smart, he was trying to be smart and everything, and then no, not the case. So that's why I'm like, I start letting stuff just pass. Like, okay, people throwing money at me, people You know,
money.
Oh yeah, like if you're accounting, they won't put money in your hand. Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I'm trying to pray for a new job.
Snap.
and then you know what? And see, that's where my personality comes out, because I would cut their pump off until they come back, and I'll be like, "What are you talking about? I didn't get the money from you." You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
And that's my problem. My problem is when I hear other people's misfortunes, it makes me mad. Like, there's still somebody at the Lexus dealership in Atlanta that I want to go get on your behalf. Just because when you told me a situation you went through, I was kind of like, no, please tell me you didn't walk away from the counter. Like,
Vengeance is the Lord's, man.
I know, but there's got to be a part of reality that sets in too.
So that's not reality. That vengeance is the Lord's.
It is, but I just don't know if I'll ever be a person that would just be able to take it. I don't think I'm wired for that.
Yeah, like I feel like I was coming from where you coming from on that, and then come from DJ Jeremiah with the whole customer service thing. I work in customer service too, and there are many times that I'm very passive when I'm in the work field, like to let people just, you know, maybe they had a bad day or whatever. Most times I try to find some way to make them smile or crack a joke or loosen up a little bit. Don't always work though. You get, like, in Atlanta, like, I think, you know, Atlanta is a melting pot. So you have many different races and ethnicities, and, you know, people who come from other countries, they come here with a certain level of what they think is how it's supposed to go down. Like, it's like 20 people waiting in line, and I'm not gonna call out this ethnicity or this race, but there is a race that comes in the store, and it's like 100% of the time, it never fails. It could be 10 people waiting in line, they've probably been there for like 30-40 minutes, and they get there in 2 seconds and just think that, hey, excuse me, you, hey, sir, do you not see like 20 people waiting right here? I can't just jump to you. And they do it every time. And then when you do get to them, they want to barter, and they want the discount. And oh, you can do it. And you got all this and that. I mean, they come in with the most fanciest clothes and shoes and everything, but they want the biggest discount, and then try to convince you that you can do it, and you just an associate. You have no power to change prices on stuff, and they get mad at you, and then they have an attitude with you because you can't change the price.
So that's what you do, is you point them to the open box aisle and you tell them
every time
have their fun.
But then they don't. But then they feel like they're too good for the open box. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating. So I feel where you're coming from, because sometimes I do find myself getting a little snappy, but not crazy to where it's like ultra obvious. My coworkers may know it's obvious, but to them it's not so obvious. But it's hard to, so I feel like it's hard to really look at, you know, which is true. Vengeance is the Lord, and you pray, like, I pray for the Lord give me strength that I don't get out of character or get out of pocket.
Yeah, but you gotta realize, representing Christ in situations like that does not always mean that you're passive. You can actually confront. It's about the how. It's the how, Ryan Righteous. How you confront.
I do that well.
How do you confront?
I told one man after I got done snapping on him, he's lucky I'm a Christian.
Okay, can you say, you know what?
Right.
Can you give us a better example of that, please, Shantana?
I lean the other way. I lean towards, I know that this person has no power over me, so I do sometimes people do get over on me, but what do I don't care. My problem is more so people that are close to me. That bothers me more than some random. I have no idea why Ryan gets so worked up about this random dude you will never see again. What do you remember his face looks like?
I do remember his face.
Those people those people mean nothing to me. And it was surprising one time. I remember I was treated pretty bad. I was in the McDonald's line. I was treated pretty bad. They didn't give me the right food, and I went back and I was like, hey, I think y'all gave me the wrong food. Can I just get the right food? And the person I was with was just like, wow, why are you so nice to them? And the lady came back and she was like, you know what, because you did that, I'm gonna give you this for free, blah blah blah. And I was just like, okay. And they were just like, I can't believe you didn't get upset. And I'm like, who are these people? I don't care about these people. Like, why would I care how they treat me?
Now I will say this, I don't get upset unless I'm provoked. Like,
that's the same.
No,
that's what makes people upset.
You can excuse it though.
Because I would have.
The email use that all the time.
Right, but I would have used that same approach you used at the store, because if I think I can get something free,
that's not why I did it though.
Well, still, that's what I think every time I go in.
But what I'm saying is that I have the most problem dealing with anger and those kind of feelings when there's people I expect things from. I don't expect anything from nobody else. You could treat me however you want to outside. I just assume you like that. I mean, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's different for me.
If I know
you seem
you,
to have the opposite.
if I know you, you can get away with anything with me. If I don't know you, is when we have the problem. That's when we have the problem.
That's backwards for me.
Yeah, I feel that too. Like, I think like I do have more of an issue or an anger issue when it is like a loved one or somebody I actually care about. Like, it can deal with anything in life, like whether they talking crap or they say something that kind of hurt. Like, if a stranger said it, I'll be like, so like, who are you?
You have no bearing over my life.
But if it's somebody I care about who said the same exact thing, I think that's when I,
because you're like, you know me, like you
right.
know what hurts me, you know what why would you do that to me? But like somebody else, I'm like, right. I don't ever have to see you again. What is the point of it?
Right,
anyway, that's so I think it's probably not a fair question for me, because it doesn't even him cussing at us, because he didn't just cuss at you, he cussed at us because I was with you. I didn't even care. Like, he obviously didn't know the person in front of us was backing up. He was probably scared for his life or whatever. So he was just like, hey, you, whatever,
Hey, you.
bleepity bleep, what are you doing? So I'm like, to me, that's an ignorant person. Moving along, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, who cares?
I get. I
really want to ask a question.
I'm still kind of worked up about it.
He was, man. He was just like, ooh, if you weren't here, ooh, and then he leaned out the window.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm at least look at him. With
the do-rag.
I at least get a look.
With a do-rag on that helps the statistics.
Like, why would you want to make it worse? That's how they already feel we are.
Yeah, I'm like tied in between, because I had a guy like recently, okay, you know, we just got this holiday season, so people are already crazy at the malls and everything. And this dude swear that he was gonna get this park that I done waited for. And he got somebody to get out the car to try to hold the park. I thought I'd already seen the park. I was over there before. He had to drive all the way around to try to get back.
You're talking about a parking spot?
I'm talking about a parking spot. No, I almost lost it.
You said park. I was like, what? Huh?
Oh, the parking spot.
It's a Bay Area thing.
It might be. That might be West Coast.
It is. It is very West Coast. You know, I don't know how to rep my side now. But how about the car? Because he hopped out the car. Like, I had got the park. So I got it, and then he pulled behind my car and hopped in the car. So, honestly, I got outside, and I was like, what you gonna do? Like, what's up? Like, you hopping out like you finna do something. And he's an older gentleman. But he hopped out the car pretty quick, like he was about that life. So I almost got real ignorant, and I almost joined him.
And see, that's my problem. That's where I come in, possibly looking like a hypocrite, because I pick and choose my audience, or I pick and choose the people that I entertain. Like, there's a certain part of the city, like I said, I won't try that. I'll just be like, hey, you beat the horn at me, and
got a pistol or something.
yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. But then there's other places where I want to be the dominant.
Stupid.
I want to be the dominant person in the situation.
Anyway, we want to know what you guys think. If you've ever been in a situation like this, how do you handle your anger? And how do you think God wants you to handle your anger? Like Ryan?
Yeah.
Or like Jesus?
So when you see this clip,
What would Jesus do?
I'm starting a new group called the Reality Christians. Everything still applies, but we just do a little bit more repenting.
All this from the person who does not like reality shows. What in the world?
All of it still applies, but we still just
Alright, man, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? This is the big homie Benja, and I'm in the field with the track stars. It's good.
They don't like it when I clap my hands. They don't really like the way that I do my dance. They don't like it when I spread his word. They don't really like the way that I do my word for him.